Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm your entrepreneurship tutor, Professor Henry Bwiso of Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. This is a continuous series of research proposal writing. This is for my students of research methodology, but indeed any other interested party in matters research and proposal writing. As I've already explained in other series, this is a minimalist approach to research methodology, to research proposal writing. In other words, I'm only covering what I consider to be the irreducible minimum that should be and should go into research proposal writing. Other authors exist and they have different components. So this is part 6 of the 7 parts that I've been covering. You can reach me at bwihem@gmail.com. You can also reach me at my university email, hbwisa@jku.ac.ke. But indeed, my number is +254 722 858507. So indeed, like I've said, this is now part 6, not 5, part 6 of the 7-part series of research proposal writing by me, Professor Bwisa of the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology in Kenya. In part 1, we introduced the concept of proposal writing at that link, with parts 2 at that link and 3 at that link, covering chapter 1 of a proposal. Part 4, we covered the literature review and found at that link. In part 5, at that link, we introduced the methodology aspect of a research proposal. In this part 6, we cover the research design. At that link, research design is defined as referring to the framework of research methods and the techniques that are chosen by a researcher. The design that is chosen by the researcher allows them or the researcher to utilize the methods that are suitable for the study and to set up their studies successfully in their future as well. We have already covered research methodology, and we want now to look at the position of research design in the research methodology. The minimum that can go into a research methodology, are 1, the research design, which is a framework of research methods, and then research methods, and then data analysis. So you can see there should be no confusion between research methodology and research design. Research methodology is that process that, at a minimum, covers the design, the research methods, and data analysis. But research design is that framework of the research methods that is probably the first part of the section of research methodology. Now, the irreducible minimum of research methodology section is the research approach or the research design. Then the data collection techniques or the methods, then data analysis. We are at the first stage of the methodology section, which is research design. And there it is. For example, a design, an approach could be qualitative, quantitative, or mixed. That's the research design. But data collection techniques or methods could be questionnaires, interviews, observations, surveys, focus groups, experiments, case study. And data analysis, for qualitative, it can be content analysis, narrative analysis, discourse analysis, thematic analysis, and grounded theory. For quantitative, it can be descriptive, inferential, correlational, causal comparative, and experimental. So you can see now that the three irreducible components of research methodology, research design, research methods, data analysis, can actually be differentiated. And the three make up research methodology. The methodology is a collection of those three. Now, the basic research designs, you may want to call it types of research design. Again, the design of a research topic explains the type of research, whether experimental, survey research, correlational, semi-experimental, review, etc., etc. And indeed, those are not my words. That source at the bottom there can explain further. So, research can be either be quantitative. In this case, research design can be quantitative. And in this case, it can be experimental method, quasi-experimental, survey, or correlational. Or it can be qualitative research, which is ethnography, case study, historical, narrative. So these are the basic research designs, the two basic, quantitative and qualitative. We can go further and again elaborate on research design. It can either be exploratory, which is actually qualitative, but indeed even exploratory can be quantitative. So it can be qualitative exploration or quantitative exploration. But it can also be conclusive design, which is descriptive or causal research. But descriptive research can be cross-sectional design or longitudinal design. But cross-sectional design can be single cross-sectional or multiple cross-section. So this is another way of looking at research design. We can go further and look at another approach to research design. It can be experimental, and in this case, the methods of data collection will be questionnaire, interview, structured or loosely structured, observation, analysis of documents, unobtrusive methods. Case study as a design or a method or an approach can also use questionnaires, interview, structured or loosely structured observations, analysis of documents, just like the experiment. Longitudinal also, questionnaire, interview, observation, analysis. So we are saying even cross-sectional design, questionnaire, interview, observation, and so on and so forth. So you can see that indeed we can easily use the same methods for different types of research design. We can still go further and look at research design approaches. We have already said quantitative research design, and the main four main types of quantitative will be descriptive, correlational, quasi-experimental, or pure experimental. We can have qualitative research design. We have already seen it. And 5 main types of that will be grounded theory, phenomenology, ethnography, narrative, and case study. But we can have mixed methods, which is fashionable. That today when we do research, it's fashionable that we do mixed, both quantitative and qualitative. In this case, you could even be triangulating using one, see whether we get the same results. So mixed methods, there are 2 main types. Sequential mixed methods, which is like sequential explanatory, sequential exploratory, or sequential transformative. And the second type will be concurrent mixed methods, concurrent triangulation, concurrent nested, concurrent transformative. Yes. So, if we now look at research, we can now broadly put them into research types and research designs. So we have some of the research types can be exploratory, which brings out what is not well known. It may have no hypothesis to test, but may end up formulating one. In other, e.g., when you assessment of the role of CSR, corporate social responsibility, on consumers, you're going out to explore. It may not be necessary to advance any hypothesis at that stage. You're going to discover something that's not well known. Descriptive research. It describes characteristics of variables under the study, e.g., factors affecting performance of SMEs. Or, let's say one university is performing very well. We don't know. We want to describe what goes on in this university that leads to that good performance. That could be descriptive. Then we have explanatory research. This investigates a phenomenon that has not been well explained previously, e.g., the effects of training on performance of SMEs. That can become explanatory. You're going to explain what training has brought to the performance of SMEs. We can also have action research. That is creation of knowledge from inquiries conducted within specific practical contexts, e.g., new normal, a combined online and offline learning approach during the COVID pandemic. Yes, you can do an action research to bring out ready actions to support or, push forward what is happening. Then we can have also applied research. This is research that seeks to solve practical problems, e.g., entrepreneurship policy typologies to improve Kenya's entrepreneurship index. Yes, the Kenya's index of entrepreneurship is low. That's a problem. And we go out to do research on policies that should advance or improve that. Then you can have empirical research. This is research using empirical or observed documented evidence, e.g., analysis of gender inequality in Kenyan universities management, And finally, you can have evaluation research, that like assessment of the value of resources committed to a project, product, or specific goal, e.g., evaluation of implementation of the ICT policy for education sector in Kenya. So those are some of the types of research, but we are actually focusing on design. We have already said all these types of research could then be done quantitatively, that means deductive approach, qualitatively inductive, or mixed, both quantitative and qualitative. It will be useful to look at Saunders' research layers opinion, or rather Saunders' opinion on the layers of research, which he calls the layers of research onion. There it is. Right, the inside cycle is what we call data collection methods. Sampling, secondary data observation, interviews. The following layer is what we're calling time horizons. It can be experiment, can be cross-sectional or longitudinal. And the third is the research strategies, the survey, case study, grounded theory, ethnography, action research. And then the fifth, is it fifth or the fourth? It will be like now the inductive or research approaches, like inductive or deductive. And finally, the philosophy, positivism, realism, interpretivism. You can actually go ahead and find literature on this, and the onion, the layers of an onion has been formed from data collection method to time horizon, research strategies, research approaches, and philosophies of research. Now, when we talk of research philosophy, this is a belief about the way in which data about a phenomenon should be gathered, analyzed, and used. When research approaches, those are the plans and procedures for research. And research strategies is a step-by-step plan for action that gives direction to your thoughts and efforts. And the research horizons is a time frame within which the project is intended for completion, the number of points in time at which you will collect your data, and for data collection methods, the procedure of collecting, measuring, and analyzing data. So in a separate video on this channel, I cover one qualitative data analysis technique. So if you enjoyed it, like it, share it, subscribe. And if you really want to support us bring you more, then donate just by visiting that website or reaching us through that email. You can donate. You can indeed also donate through the BICO number 547-6465. Yes, have a well-designed day, won't you? Thank you.